What up, everybody? It's your girl Ash, sending positive vibes. Catch it, catch it. So, this is a spare the moment video. I'm just getting off work, um, and yesterday this was really on my heart, so I'm gonna share it. Um, these days, I'm obsessed with human behavior. I'm obsessed with thoughts. I'm obsessed with spirituality. I'm obsessed with um, things that I feel like are on another realm and are not connected to what we see day to day in this physical world, and that we are so eager to achieve and strive to be. Um, and these thoughts may be very outlandish, but just let me roll with it. Bring it in, okay? Um, I'm starting to learn that this world is all a facade, that we're all trying to figure it out. And I've noticed that I've become really rebellious. And I believe that it's my spirit and things that are, pushing me and tugging me to make me uncomfortable so that I can stand firm in my truth, and live out loudishly. I don't think that's a word, but live out loud, to be bold and to be comfortable and to be confident. And so this message and this word are for those people. Um, I believe that there are a lot of systems set up in this world. And I do believe that with those systems, you have to abide by the rules and the regulations in order to survive, in order to keep a roof over your head, in order to have food on your table, in order to stay warm and to be able to take care of your family. Um, but you have to trust what is inside of you. And I think from the very beginning, growing up, we teach the generations the wrong thing. We don't necessarily teach them to be in their truth and to speak in their truth and to strive for the things that are important. Um, and yes, you do need money to survive, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally, those things that are invaluable, that will give you peace. Um, and so, some of my thoughts the other night is, for me, it's been hard to live in a world of systems, um, and more so trying to be connected to the things that will bring me um, into who I was created to be in my purpose. And so I feel like when we're born, we're given these thoughts of, this is the personality you're supposed to have, this is the job that you're supposed to strive for. Um, and it's a game. And so day to day, sometimes the Charlie Brown, I don't know if you guys remember, but just to hear people, sometimes I feel like drink the Kool-Aid and my mind is just totally somewhere else. And, when they're talking to me, it's like, wah, 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 wah. And sometimes I hold back on my thoughts, but what was in my heart last night was to be confident and be solid in what I actually think and to be able to voice it. We all want to be successful, but my main goal is I want to be successful with peace. I want to be successful with fulfillment. I want to be successful with serving. I want to be successful in inspiring. And I think for those who don't feel like that you're walking in your purpose or in your calling, um, all things are working for your good. And, you know, every single opportunity, every failure, every success is connecting the dots and connecting the pieces for the next thing that's going to bring you in alignment if you're open to it and you're willing. And that very thing is what I'm holding on to, and trusting in. But every day is a war. every day is a process. And sometimes when you go out into this world, even if you feel like you have certain gifts or you're called to do certain things, there's always going to be distractions. So that very thing, thinking of one step to the next, is very vital, because it is a distraction and you lose sight. And I really have to focus on those things, because just because other people have different definitions of success, different definitions of happiness, and we all are entitled to what we define as those things. But what I believe, if they're not in line with what you believe, you have to be very careful not to be caught up and be defined, and be willing to not care if you look differently. And that was very deep on my heart and thought, um, and trying to connect and, praying, you know, because it was just very deep on my heart. I have to be confident. Um, I'm coming from work, and when people, ask you these questions, and I don't know, I've just become really rebellious to the systems. Like, this is not the core of my belief. This is not the core that'll bring me happiness. And what is the cost? What is the cost if I'm going to be stressed the hell out, nervous, palpitations, anxiety, moments of depression? Is this shit worth it? And that's what we have to think about with those promotions and things that we're striving for. Yes, it is another milestone, but what is the cost? Do you go home fulfilled? Do you go home at peace? Even if you don't, maybe someone has a family and you feel like that's a sacrifice that you're willing to do, but those are the decisions that were on my heart. And the main thing is that if you think differently and you're doing certain things for a particular reason, but you think differently, your core belief is different, be confident in that. So I just think that we teach the generation just totally different. We don't teach them to be authentic. We don't teach them and encourage their truth. I mean, why are we here? I think about those things, and if this message is not for you, then freaking turn it off. But these are the things that I think about and intrigue me. Why were you here? What were you created to do? These are the questions that we need to ask. Why am I here? I'm not here to do 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours coming on the weekends. Why am I here? And I pray that if this message for you, you just hold on to the belief that one step to the next is leading you. And you have to backtrack and reflect. Backtrack and reflect and connect the dots. But back to that, we need to free generations, and I think that we're getting there, but life is very valuable, and there are moments that I feel like I haven't necessarily taken advantage of it, but it's very valuable, and it's just very valuable. But life itself, you're a soul, you're somewhat infinite if you believe in the spiritual realm, and I just believe that with you being here, you're were created and signed up to be here to bring something to the world. And so that's something that we have to believe and consider. And the way the world is constantly moving, they're in a totally different flow. And if you come to the realization that you are a soul and that you have gifts and that you were created to do certain things, if that's not in line with the systems of the world, then you have to be passionate about that. You have to be confident about that, and you have to roll with it. And me and my mom are extremely close, and I was talking to her, and um, I'm in that phase in my life where I'm starting to realize that you really just, excuse my language, you just have to not give a fuck. That's the kind of attitude that you have to carry. And um, your thoughts all the time, people are not going to understand, and that's okay. What you believe in, people are not going to understand, and that's okay. Um, what you strive for, everybody's not going to believe in it, and that's okay. And you have to hold dear to that feeling. If you have those thoughts and you have those feelings, well, God damn it, you better roll with it and hold on to it. Um, and I just felt so strongly to get that off my chest, because there are people, when you're grouped in certain environments where they think that people should personality should be a certain way, people should strive to um, go for certain careers or the next move. you know I think, I don't know, I'm just so passionate about it. I'm passionate about human behavior. I'm passionate about spirituality. I'm passionate about the way people feel. And this year alone, listening to the signs, honing of the gifts, and feeling it, feeling people's energy, people are out here suffering. So what is the cost for the things that you want? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? And do you even know what you're striving for and why you're striving for it? And so this year in prayer, this year of just a whole combination of certain things have brought about these feelings. So don't get caught up in these systems. Don't let the world define you, because sometimes the things that are brought to the surface, the people who created it are not even following it. Whether it's religion, whether it's the way um, I don't know, your career is set up. Um, just this world is something else. It's something else. So this is more of a rant, but those who needed this message will get it. You are a soul, which means you were created for a specific purpose, to bring your gifts. And even if you don't know your gifts, you have a gift. You have a gift. That one thing that people compliment you on, the one thing that comes naturally, you have a gift. And don't get distracted about where you are now and what other people believe. Even if it's 99.9% of the people in the crowd that believe differently, and you know deep down and you feel something different, then that's your truth. And regardless of whether people don't understand, you know what? It's somebody in this world that understands the message that you're bringing forth. So stay tender, guys. Wish I could bring hugs. Everybody come in for a hug, but I hope you caught the positive vibes. And I hope everybody is staying blessed, staying encouraged, staying inspired. And we have to stay connected. It's crucial for peace. It's crucial for inspiration and motivation. It's crucial for direction. We have to try to stay centered. And those things that are distracting you, um, whether it's alcohol, drugs, relationships, you're going to have to face the truth. But love you guys. Stay tender.